A very good morning to everyone. I'm Ananya, and sorry for that. Okay, just give me a moment. That's done. Okay. So, good morning, everyone. I'm Ananya Satyanarayanan. I'm my VTF ID is 1371129, and today I'm going to speak about the topic team conflicts management. So, without any further delay, let's just start with it. So first of all, what is team conflicts? What is team conflict? What are the conflicts? So everyone has different personalities. Everyone has different beliefs. Everyone has different backgrounds. Everyone shares different values. Everyone has different skills, and everyone has different life experience. With all of us sharing so many differences in our day to day, it is inevitable that conflict is definitely going to occur, and most likely it's going to occur quite often. So, team conflict management examples and tips for the workplace. So, one thing, so conflicts are inevitable, as I told, like even in the most engaged of workplace, regardless of source of conflict, regardless of source of conflict, if they are left unresolved, conflicts can quickly impact the employee's morale and productivity. Here are few conflict management examples and the basic conflict management skills that you should practice and resolve them. How to deal with conflict in a team as a manager. What are the steps we should follow? So for example, when we're trying, and before I start the topic, let me just tell you, like for example, when we're trying to resolve a conflict in a team, it is important to practice the following skills in resolving them in the workplace. So now, when I told the topic like how to deal with conflict in the team as a manager, first thing is creating a healthy culture. Treat everyone in your team fairly and equally. Provide them with praise and recognition and be open and honest at all times. Second point, learn to spot the early signs of conflict. So one thing is read the team member's body language, for example, the facial expression, tones of voice, and other the characteristics and detailings in the face. The next third point is deal with conflict promptly. Take action early to help your people resolve the situation before it escalates. Very important. Develop rules. The other point is developing rules for handling conflict. Ensure team members listen to one another, respect each other's point of view, and refrain from interrupting each other. And the last and foremost point is never take sides. Your role is to help your team members address the issues causing conflict and reach a resolution that works good for them. As a HR manager in your company, you should be able to provide help and support your colleagues and lead team building and conflict management with activities. The other one is like, for example, workplace team conflict examples. So, for example, before you can work your way to a better managing team conflict, you have to be across the types of conflict that can occur, and you also should be able to give examples of how effective teams will deal with conflicts. There are a few types of team conflicts. Three of the most commonly types of workplace conflicts that you experience with the boss, will be experiencing mainly with your boss, co-workers, or the team. So here now we'll be discussing about each type of conflict which will occur and also provide you with steps. Like we are considering a hypothetical scenario or situation, like how does a conflict with your boss or your co-worker team member look like, and even we'll even give you steps for how to resolve them. So to start with, conflict with boss. The situation of an employee who has constant clashes with the boss is typically comes about when the boss shows little faith in their skills and the ability doesn't have the confidence that the employee can get the job done without any micromanagement. The individual may have been overlooked for promotion, or their boss may have different ideas about what the employee's role should be and very different perspective of priorities and what needs to be done. That's quite a conflicting situation over here. And the second point is conflicting with a colleague. In today's working world, collaboration is a key, but the office can be a stressful, competitive place that doesn't always bring out everyone's best side. Tension can flare up among co-workers for any number of reasons, from perceptions of unfair workload, just unjust recognition, and favoritism to different views of how a task should be completed. However, some of the most problematic conflicts with colleagues come about because of ego, personal values, and office politics. Which it will be a good point if it's sort of brought to minimal and not much, just reducing the effect of it. Third one is conflict with team members. Conflict. Conflict with conflict with direct reports or team members can erupt if the team member appears to be slacking off and not pulling the weight while their poor performance goes unchecked. At the same time, workplace change like a new boss or a peer being given more responsibility can also spark conflict as workers try to adapt to new situation. Other factors include individual self-esteem, personal goals, values, and needs. So now we have discussed about some types of, we have considered scenarios where how an conflict with an boss, colleague or team member might look like, and now we even give you solution for how to resolve such conflicts. There are several methods of addressing conflicts within a team, but by having a thorough understanding of which of these type conflicts a worker is dealing with, it's better than you yourself can get a prediction of how to resolve them. For example, how we can resolve them. So first point what we're having is resolving conflict with boss. So, if there's a conflict between a boss and an employee, it is important to understand that the boss goals and motivations while letting the employee express their concerns while exploring the ways for them to work better together. For example, the boss may have no idea that the employee was looking for more responsibilities, and their micromanaging of them was just their way of making sure that the employee didn't get overwhelmed with the task in hand. Getting insight into a boss' reasoning and outlook may spark ideas about new techniques for handling the situation. That's even quite a very a true point. It's something a point we can ponder about. Next one is resolving conflict with a colleague. With an honest and open approach, you can resolve most types of co-worker conflicts. When it comes to different views on how a task to be accomplished, it is important to recognize all ideas and find the common ground. Focus on what aspects both parties agree on and figure out if there's one way that appeals both of them. If not, approach someone higher to get their help in making the decision. To resolve more difficult conflicts with colleagues, it is important to approach the situation with a positive attitude and focus on solutions rather than appro- than just putting coming on with the blame games. And the next one is how to resolve conflicts between team members. Finally, how do you handle conflicts with team members? The longer a conflict between team members goes on, the more it will be a snowball. So it's important to have a difficult conversation with the team members early on. Look at the issues objectively and make work-related outcomes and behavioral expectations clear. Alternately, when both team members have credible ideas on a solution yet cannot find a common ground, draw in a senior member of staff to help them find a compromise and come up with a very reasonable one. Well, that was a point which I've told so far. And what are the final words? Well, the final word what I would tell is remember that team conflicts is a very normal thing. It's important to understand that a conflict-free workplace is not necessarily a good thing. Conflict is both normal and healthy. It is all about managing team conflict and creating a culture where dissent is encouraged, where everyone feels safe to disagree with one another and can speak innovation and further success. Knowing how to deal with conflict in the team, especially unhealthy conflict, is important. Indeed, a healthy conflict is not toxic, nor it will destroy your work environment or company culture. In fact, handled properly through appropriate team conflict management activities, conflict can generate the spark of ingenuity that is so important to the health of the business. So, so it's important to treat conflict with respect, but instead of clearing up other people's mess, empower your people to work together. To learn more about resolving team conflicts, it's always good to follow these steps. Final words are a very big thank you. Thank you so much for listening out, and I hope you had a very good takeaways from this, and I hope it incorporates in your day-to-day life. Thank you so much.